Hey everybody, this is Greg Milby, community storyteller for Kentucky's Heartland, and welcome to the Work Matters segment brought to you by the Kentucky Career Center Lincoln Trail. Now, when it comes to career development, some of the best opportunities for young people today are WBLOs, or work-based learning opportunities. Here in the Lincoln Trail region, many employers provide these opportunities through mentoring, internships, and pre-apprenticeships. However, professionals are needed to connect local employers with local youth seeking these opportunities. That's where individuals like my guest today come in. Today I'm joined by Justin Sturgeon, who is the career advisor with Career Team, who works closely with the Kentucky Career Center at Lincoln Trail. Justin, thanks again for taking time to chat with us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Hey,
Thanks.
glad to have you. So first off, tell me a little bit about your role with Career Team and how you collaborate with the Career Center to address workforce needs right here in our region.
Absolutely. So a lot of times whenever people think of the Career Center, they think of that's where you go to file your unemployment, right? But there's actually a lot of other employment programs in the building, especially ours as well. So you may think of some other programs like the Office of Vocational Rehab or UI or Community Action, but our program specifically, the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, is really an act that was passed in 2014 that was meant to help provide just really what the act says, innovation and opportunity when it comes to trying to connect employers and job seekers to help them either find new skills or level up their current skill set to be able to be more professionally attractive to the local region employers to make those connections that maybe they wouldn't have felt as easy about doing on their own.
I love that because, you know, the fact that you've got employers who need people with specific skills, and you've got potential employees that not really sure what skills they needed. That's a great way to kind of connect those dots. That's pretty cool. So what tools do you use to ensure VIPs are set up with rewarding employment opportunities, and what does the process look like?
Absolutely. So whenever we're meeting with the VIP, and which is what we call our clients, our VIPs, very important people, because they're really why we do what we do. And when it comes to assisting them and using different tools, one of the main goals is to get them as much information as possible to know the ins and outs of what that actually would look like if they were to go into that specific career or job. So they're armed with as much information as possible with the expectations of knowing what's going to be expected of them. And part of what we do that is using labor market information with platforms like ONET, and especially different career assessments using Career Edge, which is a one-stop platform that has everything from a resume builder, an interview simulator, even a mock job application, a business plan. So really any part of that process when it comes to applying for a job and getting your materials ready to be that CEO of one, which is what we tell our VIPs a lot, because you are a CEO of one, of yourself, whenever you're doing job seeking. And so just giving them the tools and resources of ideas that they probably likely already know, that that on the surface seems like it's pretty a given, that it doesn't really have to be explained, but putting it all together in a way that helps them understand how it applies to them specifically and how they can leverage their specific skill set when making that transfer, maybe if they're going into a different industry, or making the transfer case for why the skills they have is important and valuable for what they're going into or hoping to get into.
So for a younger person, this is a very important information, very important skills to have. And it really, you know, we talk about jobs and you talk about careers. This really kind of gives them an opportunity to transfer a job into a career, something they would enjoy the rest of their life.
Absolutely. And you know, today there are as many opportunities as there have ever been for youth to explore different career options, to learn about different industries. And with so many choices, it is very overwhelming sometimes to how do you compact and how do you compartmentalize looking at that research. And so a lot of what we do is try to help provide that education in a low stakes way so that they can kind of be exposed to some of those more logical and practical means of careers and getting to understand things that they maybe never would have thought before. I mean, a lot of people, they don't necessarily plan out their career goals, or they don't necessarily follow their career goals from beginning to end throughout their whole life. A lot of times you stumble into things. You learn new information and that impacts how you seek to find your purpose, your workplace values, and ultimately that just helps them give a more informed decision for themselves as well as their work ethic.
So one more question, how are WBLOs beneficial to not only employees, but also employers and the broader region?
Absolutely. So especially with local employers who are always looking to understand their markets better, are always looking to understand more of how they can better serve their customer base with their product or service. The work-based learning opportunity not only provides them with the opportunity to be able to receive assistance with labor and receive extra help, it also gives them the chance to foster and mentor and give back to their industry as well, and helping to train the next generation with the expertise that they have. There are a lot of industries, especially like insurance, for example, where there are a lot of openings coming up in those industries that are not able to replace with that expertise quick enough with those who are retiring and leaving the industry. So as an example, just being able to, having that foresight to help train and really empower the next group to help keep the industry alive and strong, especially with the changing environment and the volatile market and just the way that business is done today. So it's really a multifaceted kind of holistic approach, I would say.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of information. That's good stuff.
It can be overwhelming to kind of to take a gander at, like, okay, I've got to find the career, I've got to find the job, and it's just going to come to me. And that's really not, we know that's not really how that works.
Right.
And so helping them to see really how that really does work, and then the connections to be made with employers and how they can further their own ability to find what makes their work meaningful, or what they see as meaningful work.
Awesome.
Whatever that is for them.
That's a great program. Appreciate you sharing information about it, and hopefully we've got folks out there to take advantage of it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again, Greg.
Yeah.
Really appreciate your time.
All right. Again, that's Justin, and appreciate him stopping by and educating us a little bit about the WBLOs. To learn more about this and other things with the Kentucky Career Center Lincoln Trail, you can go to ltcareercenter.org. Again, that's ltcareercenter.org, or call them at 270-766-5115. That is Justin. I am Greg, and this is your Work Matters segment, brought to you by the Kentucky Career Center Lincoln Trail.